Since March 2020, we went into lockdown here in England. Because we were stuck at home, a lot of the things that we would normally do in person, we were doing online. What I wanted to do was speak to some of the people whose businesses were in person, but ended up moving online into the virtual world. So me and my partner Ryan have been living in Liverpool. I decided to do some research and find us some activities to do online. Now Ryan has no idea what I've organised, who I've spoken to, and so he's going to be going into this blind. So we're going to be having a Zoom call with a lovely lady called Sarah May, and she is a psychic.
Oh, I don't know about this.
All right then. So, Ryan,
Yeah.
we're doing a reading for you.
Apparently, yes.
But mediumship is bringing your loved ones through from spirit and giving you messages from them. So it's more connecting family-wise with somebody in the spirit world that's just mentioned Paul to me.
Okay.
You're Liverpudlian here, aren't you? I mean, it doesn't
yeah.
take a brain scientist to work that out.
No, yeah.
But it's not Paul out of the Beatles, by the way. He's still alive. I say, originally when I was working, it was telephone lines and it was one-to-ones, audiences, mind, body, spirit events, and online. 8 years since I joined Facebook. It might have even been longer than that. I think we've grown a lot of confidence as a medium working online, proving to people that you don't have to be physically sat in front of somebody to give them a reading. I love working online. I think I prefer it.
How did you find that?
Yeah, I didn't want to stop. I'll do it again though.
The gym came forward and offered to sponsor the class and actually pay me to keep running online, and that's how I decided to embrace online teaching.
So, do you know what you're doing today?
Nope.
Ideally, I would not like to continue Zumba online. I think for people who are new, I had a few, but I haven't had any new clients coming and then staying. And I can guess a few reasons. It's fast-paced. How do you keep up at home? It can, Zumba can be quite scary for the first time if you've never done before, because a lot of moves and you can feel a little bit lost. The biggest thing I get from it is the smiles, or when they're laughing, or when they're laughing with a friend, or when they come at the end, they find I've loved the song.
So how did you find that?
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. I don't feel I'd ever do it in the class. I think the only time I would do it is in Zoom.
What are we having for tea tonight?
Curry.
Can I cook a curry from scratch?
We're doing a cooking lesson.
We're doing a cooking lesson!
Yes! Yes, I didn't want to dance.
And just teaching people how to cook as well, and just inspiring people to just cook more food. I think that's the main thing.
Hello.
Hello!
Was it 2 cups of flour and what was it?
One of yogurt.
Oh, one of
One
them.
yogurt you've got. Get that in.
Have you put the spices in yet, Marie?
I haven't put the spices in yet.
Lockdown. Oh well, I just bought 6 kilos of lentils the week before because I was due to do all these dal workshops. So I was walking out looking like I was emptying a shop. She's like, oh look at her, she's stockpiling. No, I've got a workshop next week. Positivity head. So I'm really missing seeing what people have made. And it's just that connection thing, isn't it? It's that tactile thing, I think. It's just being in the same room with people. It's just, I miss that. And, you bounce ideas more, I think, when you're in the room. But if people want me to do them, I'm definitely up for it, because I think people have realised that it's just so much easier than travelling.
It is actually quite nice,
So it's actually based in New York, but obviously because it's online, it means that we can attend.
Yeah.
They basically help people from lots of different industries, artists, that sort of thing, take their work online. So there were a couple of different options, but this was the only one that fit with our schedule. So we are doing poetry therapy. Do you know what poetry therapy is?
I'm guessing it's just writing everything that you feel in a poetic way.
I wanted to open up a creative co-working space here in New York.
And, hi, Kitty and Ryan from Liverpool, England, first time. So fun. Hey. Then you will have the chance to share your poem.
Life is the main element. If it's a short time or a long time, enjoy every minute.
I love that. Thank you. Snaps. My mom is over behind me and she's snapping.
And so I called everyone in. I said, I don't know what COVID's gonna be like, but why don't we just host some classes? I hear that's what everyone's thinking about doing. And everyone that's hosted on the platform has never done it before. There have been creative freelancers in the actual physical world, and now they're all learning together how to be a creative freelancer in the digital world. So I think I'm going to stick to the virtual world.
You're much more likely to come and sit on a Zoom than you would if we had to travel somewhere and take extra time and speak to someone.
It's more nerves, isn't it, when you've got, because you're in the car and then you're nervous because you've got to drive 30 minutes and then you get to the place, you're nervous, you don't know who the people is. I'm in my own house, I walk downstairs with 1 minute. I would like to do one thing every week. Just one random thing, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just looking at some of the online classes that you can do, and I came across something amazing. Apparently, you can invite a goat to your Zoom call. I mean, that's just brilliant. So, last one, how do you feel?
Yeah, I'm excited, a little bit nervous.
We definitely did not think putting the goats on the internet would be something that would be as successful as it has been. It did just start as a joke to make people laugh.
I don't think. Here we go.
Oh no.
You ready?
It's
Look, there's a message, Ryan.
nice to see you. It's a goat.
We were mainly just trying to get traffic to the farm website to buy like more farm produce or whatever, but it's completely gone the other way now. Like the vast majority of the traffic is all for these goat calls.
I'm not speaking to a goat. No, because it's not Margaret.
Hi, Margaret. It is Margaret. I picked Margaret out.
Well, who's recording Margaret?
Will we continue after lockdown? We don't think people will be speaking to goats on the internet after lockdown. So, I mean, we'll keep the service going if people want to book. We've had to hire some extra people just to help out because their calls go from 6 a.m. until 9:30 in the evening, 7 days a week. We've even done them on Christmas Day, Boxing Day, every single day of the pandemic. The goats have been available because they just make people so happy.
Margaret, very nice to meet you, love. And I hope it goes well with the kids. Goat to go.
Goat to go. Bye, Margaret.
Bye, Margaret. Well, that was a joke.
30 years' time, when you look back at lockdown, any kids say, what did you do in lockdown? You can say...
I spoke to a woman who was texting me pretending to be a goat. I think there's different things. For example, the cooking thing would probably be better with people. With doing like a physical exercise, I don't know. I just think you want to be on your own if you're doing that sort of stuff. The reading felt very similar anyway, because for reading you're only going to sit opposite the woman anyway. The poetry, I enjoyed that online because I feel like you forgot you were on the camera because everyone was silent and you could just write. The go thing, I never did that on thing. I'd go to a Zoom.
I think if something was in person, I would always prefer to go in person. But whether I actually would go is another thing, because whether I've got the time to get everything ready, to pack the car, to drive there, to drive back, like that's more of a commitment than just being in your own home and opening the laptop. Yeah. It is convenient, and I probably would still use Zoom.